Hello everyone, Neorashi here. Um, Today's going to be my last review, last manga review of Pride Month. And yesterday I noticed that I purely accidentally made a pattern. 4 weeks ago, I reviewed uh, the guy who the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all. Volume 1. 3 weeks ago, I reviewed Gushing Over Magical Girl Volume 2. 2 weeks ago, I reviewed How Do I Turn My Best Friend into My Girlfriend Volume 3. And last week, I reviewed School Zone Girls Volume 4. So I thought, why not review a Volume 5? And what better way to end this month with an actual Volume 5 that is a final volume ish than Kase-san and Cherry Blossom, which is Kase-san, the original Kase-san series, Volume 5. There is a sequel series that takes place. Well, it begins a couple weeks or a couple months after, but of the original Kase-san series, Cherry Blossom is the fifth and final volume. How do I like it? Quite a lot, actually. I know I've been mostly not as positive as I usually am with this month's reviews, but for Kase-san, I actually like it a lot. There is a few things that I didn't love, but overall, it is a big improvement over volume 3 and 4, and in some ways volume 2 as well, which always seem to follow the same pattern that there was some kind of misunderstanding between Kaze and Yamada, and by volume 4 it was getting a bit old. So when I read volume 5, I was really happy that it didn't follow the same pattern. So this is definitely one of the high points of the series. The story of Volume 5 begins with how the two of them actually formally met when they were in second year of high school, which is pretty good because you don't actually see how they meet in Volume 1. In Volume 1, they already know each other, and at that point, when the story begins in Volume 1, Yamada is already in love with Kaze, so we never really see how they get introduced to one another. Um, so Volume 5 is both the volume where high school ends and where they get to their entrance exam for university. So there is a good portion of the series that takes place in Tokyo. This is where most of the sequel series take place, which leads to some pretty funny moments where Yamada, who is a kind of shy girl, was getting scared because of all the people she doesn't know in the hotel she's at, and when she finally stumbles upon Kaze, who is not going to go at the same university, and she says, "Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you," and it was pretty adorable, in my opinion. However, the one thing I didn't like is that there are too few moments where the two of them interact, in my opinion. But it leads to a good thing because the interaction they have in this volume is some of the best. I think the only volume that is somewhat close to the interaction they have in this volume was volume 3, which was I think Kase-san and Shortcake it was called. So yeah, and the final final chapter was pretty good. It just a warning though, there is some, like, it's very short. It's like 4 pages maybe, but there is a not safe for work scene. So if you're reading this in public, um, don't read the final chapter. But what happens after that not safe for work scene is again really cute. But I do get the feeling that the author made it clear that they were going to make a sequel series, because it didn't feel like, when I started to read this series, I knew there were 2 series. So maybe it's just my view being like clouded because I knew this fact. But Volume 5 didn't feel like it was the end, which again makes me think that they actually wanted to make a sequel series. So maybe I'm wrong, but either way, I'm grateful, because overall the Kase-san series was a really cute series. Some drama here and there, but yeah, Volume 5 has basically no drama, which I love, because I'm not a huge fan of drama for the most part. So although it's not like the final volume of the story overall, it's still the final volume of the original series. And I think, outside the fact that it doesn't feel like it's the end, it was a very strong volume. Probably my second favorite after Volume 1. Volume 1 was my favorite, but not by a large margin. Like, Volume 2 is like Volume 5 is a close second, and Volume 3 would probably be my third favorite. I think my least favorite was Volume 4. Yeah, Volume 4 was my least favorite, but even then I quite liked it. So I would give Kase-san and Cherry Blossom a 9.5 out of 10. Not perfect, but definitely one of the best volume of the series. I would probably give Volume 1, sorry, a 10 out of 10, but maybe I'll review it someday later. Now, as for the availabilities, I actually got this one in early 2021 or maybe late 2020, so it is a pretty old volume, so it might not be readily available. But let's go see on Amazon Canada. I'm seeing Kase-san and Cherry Blossom. Oh, yeah, I made a mistake. Blossom. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I never bought it on Amazon actually. I think I bought it at my manga store. But you can see it. There's 4 copies for $16.99, but they say there's more on the way, which means it's still getting printed, which is great. I'm guessing it's still getting printed because the sequel series is not over yet. But yeah, definitely a watch series if you like Yuri. If you like Yuri, or just rom-com in general that don't have too much drama, the Kase-san series is definitely a good one. I definitely recommend reading it. And Volume 5, although it's not like the true end of the series, Volume 5 is still a very strong final volume for the original series. So, again, this was my final Pride Month review. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do any Yuri until next year. I'm still gonna review the occasional Yuri. But yeah, for the next few weeks, I'll just review whatever I feel like reviewing, regardless of what kind of manga it is. I already have a video planned for sometime this week. I'm gonna spoil just a little bit, but it is going to be about characters from series that I love. I'm not going to say more than that, but sometime this week I'm gonna upload a video where I talk about the character I like about a series that I love. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.